Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me now? I think you guys can hear me now, yes? I see my thing bumping right now. Let me know if you guys can hear me. He said I'm holding on, Steve. I don't know how long. Oh my god. Well, it's like I'm only gonna give you 2 minutes, and if you're not loud by then, I'm out of here. So what happened? I was wanting to know what happened with Dutch Sailor, and I know that there's a lot of info out there or whatever, and I might be able to add to some of that because I there's a lot that I know about, um, and it is shocking when you do find out some of these things, right? And who's involved with who and whatever, right? But I really wanted to have him on the show, to be honest, and just for a little talk, if he wanted to. If not, then yeah. I mean, well, see, like that's the thing, right? I mean, like we kind of know what's been going on with these some of these channels, right? Is they can't stop the flat Earth truth from coming out, right? Because it's just too obvious, right? And so what the other side will do is they'll mimic the people giving out the truth, right? So that they can say they're giving you all the truth, like, oh yeah, we're the ones bringing you the truth because it was going to come out anyway. So they get the credit, right, for giving you like, X amount of truth, right? Then they try to steer you away from God. And because your natural instinct, right, when you figure out, oh man, I'm in a snow globe and everyone is a, abuser of children and all that stuff out there, you're like, man, this world is evil, man. Like I better crack open that Bible and get right with God. That's your natural instinct, is to get close to God. And so when they can't stop the truth from coming out, they'll put their people out and promote them and get way bigger than your channels, right? And say like, okay, we brought you all the truth, and this is also a scam too, and then they're the faces of flat Earth, or faces of the trans agenda or whatever, right? And so it's crazy. Hey Hannah, I'm glad to see you. Amanda, glad to see you. AJM, of course. um I wanted to talk to Service D. I wanted to, hey, what's up, Mike? Mike is here. That's good. um Man, I haven't seen you, Mike, in a while, man. You were blocked. No, 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 no. You're not blocked, Mike. You're not blocked, Mike. You can. Not very many people are blocked here, and man, I really wish that Dutch Sailor was here because I would like to at least hear him and chat his side of it. And yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Well, because when you find out these things, right? Like, that all your favorite true channels are like, oh yeah, yeah. So hey, Dutch Sailor, do you want to come up on the panel and talk about it? Because I'm willing to do that. I'll even have AJM up if you want. Yeah, it's up to you guys. Hey, Clutch, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, man. I mean, because man, it's so tough, man. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'll drop the link, buddy. I mean, look, I know it's tough when we find out this kind of stuff. I'm not sure exactly what you found out, but like I probably could add to that because, man, there's some crazy, crazy stuff happening in this world, man, where you're like, man, who can we trust, man? Like it's like you're friends with people for like 2-3 years, and you're like, man, were they ever crazy or whatever, or out there, or messing with us? It's okay, buddy. That's cool, man. If you I'm sure your English is fine. I barely speak English myself. It's like what's his name? Pitbull, the singer Pitbull. It's like he almost knows two languages, right? He's like, "Welcome to mi house, mi casa." Yeah, yeah. Absolutely, man. AJM is a good friend, man. Well, I mean, I just remember back in the old days, and the old guard. Hey, Ann, how you doing? Yeah, absolutely. I definitely. Yeah, you did a video a few years ago, Ann, that was just unbelievable. I mean, there was some guy walking all crazy backwards and all twisted up. I never thought I'd see a human being look like that in real life. And it was definitely some kind of demon or something. AJ, have you seen it? Yeah, I hope that he's able to get on StreamYard. Yeah, man. Hey, so much drama on this platform, right? Like so much drama, and we don't know, like, how to keep you know, our reputation straight, because like there's not that many real people on here, right? That are like, it's like they all work for somebody, or they're like part of some, television company, or like they're actors in some kind of way. Like it's weird, man. Or they work for some weird government thing, or they're just paid trolls. And there's not that many real people out there, like just a regular real person sitting on their couch chilling. And I thought, of course, naive coming into this whole thing, right? I think that I thought that all people were just like regular people just chilling on their couch. But there's some people that do this for like a job, where they make like a salary, right? There's some people that do this for a job, and they get like paid in gift cards or something like that, like Walmart gift cards or something crazy like that. And it's pretty weird, man, because I didn't think that there would be oh, you can't get the microphone. Okay, this is what you got to do, buddy. I know what you're talking about. You need to okay, you need to reinstall your browser, or use a different browser. So if you're using like internet, then use Google Chrome or something like that. It's the browser itself won't let you have access to camera or microphone, right? But you don't need a microphone if you have a phone, or just your computer. And so yeah, that's hey, AJM, show them how to do the thing, how to get on. And so yeah, man, I mean, just there's so much crazy stuff going on, man. Like I really thought that everybody, that was like at all the flat earth, you know, chats or whatever, or anybody that was at these little debate channels and stuff like that. I thought that was just all real people, man. I didn't know that there's people that are paid just to be a troll, man, just to slow down the truth, you know, I mean, in some cases, just straight up lie, you know, and that's frustrating, right? Have you ever like debated somebody like in flat Earth and they just straight up lie to you right to your face, you know? And you're like, man, how could you lie, man? Like, how could you be so dishonest that when you're obviously caught and it's obvious, it's you know, that you don't come clean. All right, all right. I'm gonna invite Dutch Sailor, Service D, to the show. Welcome, Dutch Sailor. How are you doing, buddy?
Hello, I'm doing fine, thanks. Just give me 1 second to put on a headphone so you don't have echo.
Okay, that's fine.
Can you hear me or?
Yeah, you sound great to me.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
So tell me what you found out from Jake, man, because didn't watch Jake's last couple streams or whatever.
Yeah, the thing about Jake, he put one of his videos up about the flat Earth called
Yeah,
like Jeranism and I don't know the names right now.
Bob from Globebusters.
Yeah, those guys. You know, that's one group. David Wise and they had.
FE Core.
I already knew that they had some kind of baby truther show, and it got cancelled because of all the comments and such. But
Yeah,
that, in its own way, was completely out of bounds. I mean, what Jake said. It's got a pedo vibe,
yes, absolutely. And
and
there's so many signifiers. I mean, look at all the symbolism that's
yeah,
in their, you know, in their logos and stuff. It's gross, man.
yeah, and there was also some other hangouts he collected in one video, um, and Karen B, an old name from back in the
Yeah,
days. I think 6 years, 7 years ago, she was
yeah, I
also
remember.
around Arwen's chat, and that was the thing that made me upset because. We were also close back together then, and
Right.
they were defending that they said it was okay to have sex with a 14-year-old.
Oh my God,
And
man.
not in those words, but a bit cloaked, you know. They were this is why my English is not good. They were talking very bad about the victim and some young kid. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
But there was this kid, and Karen B was talking with him in a hangout, and the guy was talking about how 14-year-olds.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Jonathan. Yeah. Okay. So his name is Jonathan Swift.
Okay. He
Yeah,
calls
yeah,
himself Joshua sometimes.
yeah, yeah. Joshua. He was convicted of that.
Yeah.
Convicted of, yes.
Well, that's evidence to me, you know. Then where there's
Yeah,
smoke, there's fire, you know.
that's right. He's a
And
convicted pedophile.
yeah, and no, that's what I found out.
Yeah.
That this is going on for a long time. I had my suspicions, but I didn't have the evidence, you know, to expose them
Yeah.
for what they are. And yeah, well, I kind of let it shine through in the chat at Arwines that I was upset about it, and I said something to Jeff, and then Arwine had some tone in his voice like, "Oh, you're a stupid fucker, and you don't know what you're talking about." You know,
Right.
you know how he gets sometimes.
It's
And I
kind
was,
of like it's kind of like you know, like I
he,
don't know
he
what
rises
the word
himself
is.
higher than another.
Right, right. And it's like condescending, you know. It's
Yeah,
like come on, I know what's going on. Don't treat me like a baby, man. Like
yeah,
And
exactly.
don't ignore it. You know what's going on too. You know.
Yeah, and he tried to tell people that I have some kind of wisdom when I'm calm, but that felt to me like now you're just crawling up my ass, boy. You mean
Yeah.
the damage is already done?
Well, I mean, okay, like maybe in a couple days, right? You cool down or whatever, and maybe it'll be different. But
Nah,
like
he had so
I'm
many
having.
chances from me. This is not the first time that he talks like this towards me. You know, like
Oh, I've dealt with it a lot of times too, man, and
yeah,
I always end up going back there, you know. But because I always keep trying that, thinking that okay, well he'll um get there, he'll make it over the hump, you know.
hmm,
Like he's so close, you know. And
I
then
know.
it's always I always get disappointed because he's always barking at me, you know. And we're just trying to help him, you know.
Yeah, but I won't put my faith in him any longer. This was it today.
Yeah.
This was really it.
Well,
He went too far.
he
It's
came
like
here
it's
like
like he. Oh, sorry.
oh well he a week ago told 23-year-old woman, you know, when
You're breaking
you're
up.
married.
You're breaking up. Sorry, I can't hear you any longer.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's better.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, he came
It was
over
like
and
I was
told her.
underwater with you.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to get like a connection out here. I mean, I don't really want to hook onto that 5G, man, but because those boxes out there are buzzing, man. I'm scared to be honest, you know.
Uh-huh.
But but yeah, no, he came over here and told a 73-year-old lady, you know, hey, come back when you get off your period, you know. I'm like, come on, man, that's disrespectful, man, to say to one of my subscribers, you know.
That's not nice to say.
No, it's gross, man. Because I don't do that over there. You know what I mean? I don't do that to him.
No, you've never done it. No.
Yeah, and with all these sick
Many
people, you know.
hangouts. Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I mean, it's just crazy, man. But like finding out like all this, like, because I knew about this, but that stuff from Flat Earth, right? Like a couple years ago.
Uh-huh.
What like I wish there was something we could do about it. Like I wish there was something we could. I mean, because for people to be able to do that and talk that way and still be able to act freely on a platform that like kids come on this platform, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Indeed.
And there should be more restriction for that than us talking about medical stuff. And I all I did was tell people to weigh their options with the jab, you know. And I got medical misinformation or medical advice, giving medical advice. Strike.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I have this all the time at Facebook. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Well, I appreciate you, man, coming on and talking about that. You know, I know that it's hard when you get heated up, right, and you get angry. You know, to like be able to talk about it.
There was not even a way for me to defend myself with words that will suit the expressions. You know what I mean? I'm Dutch, and I don't always can make that switch from English to Dutch and Dutch to English. So I can understand it perfect. I know all the words, but when I have to look up those words to pronounce them or to write them down,
Yeah,
it's,
I
it's
think I think you do a nice job, man, for it being your second language. You know.
I try, man. I try,
Yeah.
and it's. I just want information to be correct, and most of the times Arwen says that I'm full of shit, and then years further in the future, he comes back on the subject that I talked about, where he banned me for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, are you running away with my ideas or what? Or I mean, it was out in the open what I told, and now everything is getting clearer for people to see. And now he's like, oh, Eureka, I found it. Sorry,
Mm.
I cannot
No,
put
I
words.
get it, man. I get it, man. I mean, it's frustrating.
It's not like I want to take all the credits for something. I wish people would share the information. You know,
Yeah.
the more information that will be shared, the faster the truth will grow.
Well, see, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, okay, here with like us as a community, like I'm trying to get like the people that are like putting out content, right? If they're just starting out a channel,
Hmm?
like I'm trying to like like promote them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that way, the people that watch this channel like every day, the people that are real dedicated, will also subscribe to them too, and then it'll be like a web ring. So whenever there's any information, right, you can put out your own stuff to the whole group,
Yeah.
and so I mean, we're doing that here, and I think it's getting good. We got a few channels that are just really good, I think, and so anytime we want to plug into our kind of stuff, there's always something going on,
Hmm.
and I think that's important because what if we lose one of these big channels, right? It's hard to build it back again, man. I
Yeah.
don't even think I could build this little channel again, and because they don't promote us anymore. Like they don't promote the flat Earth stuff anymore. And so once they did that, it I only gain subscribers when I get trolled,
Hmm.
you know. But
Well,
it is what it is.
you're doing a good job, brother. I
Oh,
mean,
thank you, man.
it's a very clean channel.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
I just want to put out the gospel, for everybody to see that they could get forgiveness,
yeah.
and
Yeah, I think if Arwen comes with a good apology and understanding of his own behavior uh, in how to distribute information and legit information, then okay. For example, his claim about the sun. I understand what he's talking about. That it's not in a physical location. Um,
right.
that has to do with optics. But he also claims the sun is not a solid, and or whatever that you not can grab it.
Well, do you know why he
I
says
don't
that,
know.
right?
I don't talk about that stuff
Well,
because I
okay,
don't
and
know.
you're right because it's a lot of presuppositions, right?
Yeah,
But the reason he's saying that it's not physical, right, is if the sun is a physical ball, right,
yeah,
then there'll be like spatial consequences, right? Like when it goes away, it will get smaller. When it comes
yeah,
closer, it'll get bigger.
yeah,
And
yeah.
if it stays the same size, right, the whole way through the sky, then it can't be a real object. It has to be
Yeah.
some kind of holographic.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I agree. You have sun filters these days, and they can show you the actual size of the
Yeah,
apparent sun.
true.
Um,
True.
but I found a video from someone in an airplane, and it was a 2 hour video, no time lapse, just real time, and the sun appeared to get larger when he came closer to the sun. But what I see, observe, is the rays get stronger, so it looks brighter. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Say that again.
The sun rays
Yeah.
uh, become apparently brighter when you
Yes.
get closer to the sun. The size of the
Wow.
sun maybe doesn't
So then,
change.
like just within the inverse square law of light.
It's still perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still optics.
So then it would. Oh man.
So
It's
I
so
showed
tough,
him,
man.
I shared him this video, but no response, not at all.
Well, did you see the one that Dave did from you know deep inside the rabbit hole? I hate promoting that channel, but he did one where uh, the sun was going away, and it was like as it was going away, it was like a dot, and then it disappeared.
Hmm. Hmm.
It like shrunk. Now some people are saying that was CGI, but Do you think that was a real image?
Well, I've also seen videos where you can bring back the sun when you
Yeah,
zoom in.
no, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
So it can be real. I don't know.
No, I mean, like, not just that it's going away, because I know that it's going away,
Yeah,
right? Obviously, it's going away because it's only going down due to perspective, just like how an airplane would go down. Like if an airplane stayed on the same line, right, it would go down because
yeah,
of perspective.
yeah, yeah.
But and so I know that, right? But what he had was the sun starting off big and getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it was just a dot, and then poof, it disappeared.
Yeah.
And so it didn't ever set. Is the point, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've seen some similar visuals with my own eyes without a camera or video.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and it's crazy how it all works.
Isn't it crazy how we've been lied to like that, man? And how did we, like, why did we ever believe that we're flying around? Like, now it sounds stupid, right?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
flying around on a
That,
space
that that
ball.
that argument about the sextant and how you get those flat baselines
The
and the
angle, yeah.
yeah, and the circle of equal altitude. That
So
that
what he's
was
saying, guys, what he's saying, guys, is that like when you measure from a sextant, right? So if there's three spots on if we were on a globe, right? Those would be angled up, right? Instead of angled straight flat, and it needs to be angled flat to get that angle. So
yeah. If you get
yeah,
from
yeah,
one side of the circle of equal altitude, if you put
equal
in a
altitude.
yeah, if you put in a dip correction to the star you trying to measure the angle to,
Yep.
um, you get a funnel in the middle of the circle of equal altitude, and that doesn't make it the circle of equal altitude any longer. You would have funnels all over the place if you draw this math on a piece of paper,
Yeah,
and
you can't. It would never function on
it
a
doesn't
sphere.
function. It can't function. Definitely not.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird how like we've known this, right? Like we've known that like you can navigate from stars. We
Mm.
know that there's megalithic structures, right? That line up to certain stars and certain constellations, and it's like every year they line up to the same stuff, right? And they built monuments to these things, right?
Yeah,
And we know you can navigate. These stars are gonna be in a certain spot at a certain time all the time,
yeah,
and you can count on it. And then, but somehow, the idea of that we're flying through this, space, and there's no parallax, man.
I
I mean, it
felt
gets you to
so
think,
stupid.
how do people not see that?
I felt so stupid when I found out. It was in 2014. Some random guy anonymously dropped a video link of Eric Dubay.
Yeah,
I don't like the guy any longer. I know
yeah,
what his background is, but
Savanier.
um, it woke me up, and I felt so dumb. I felt really dumb.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I used to be such a smart guy. People liked me, for the
science.
humor that I had, and now I just felt like I can't say anything any longer
Yeah.
about the globe because it's not real. It's just not real.
And the sad part is, right, is that we find out that there's other things like that are also shocking, right? That we had no idea.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you have to pretend that these things are real just to exist in the world, right?
You have
Well, I don't
no
want to
idea how
pretend.
to. You have no idea how the word Pizzagate is banned everywhere. It's
Yeah.
insane, and I know this is real. This Pizzagate story.
Oh
I've
yeah.
I've seen so much documentaries, so much hours of videos. I can't disprove it.
Well, and not only that, but I think they did like a front, like that was a front to it. They went in and they, supposedly raided that place, right? And whatever they found, but it was probably way worse than that. It was way worse,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
What's going on?
We saw peanuts. We saw
Right,
nothing.
but here's the thing, right? They'll say like, okay, well, this person and this person, is Epstein or whatever, right? These
which
people
was, by
did
the
it,
way, an
right?
actor.
Yeah, but it's all of them, man. It's all of them, and they're trying to
Yeah,
put it on the two people to get the pressure off, and then
yeah,
they probably send them to an island somewhere anyway,
yeah. We have this issue right here in Holland with The Voice. I don't know if you caught news about it.
No,
Some famous singer and some music producer behind the scenes are now in the spots for child abuse.
oh my God,
Yeah,
man, it's everywhere, man.
it's everywhere. And what I found disturbing is how it's brought to the news, to the masses. It's like, oh, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and um, they don't go any further like that. We have to do it ourselves. We have to expose them themselves. But how do we do that? We don't have the tools to do it.
And we don't even have the authority to hold them accountable. They own
Indeed,
that.
I
Yeah,
cannot go up there and say this is a civil arrest. I'm gonna confiscate your computer to look into your emails. I
yeah.
cannot do that. I wish I could, but
I mean, I'll tell you what. I pray
I
every day that the Lord comes back and ends all this pain, man.
exactly. I just wanted to say that you caught me in front of it. Um, I wanted to say that I really, really pray that the Lord comes because of this issue. The flat Earth doesn't mean shit for me compared
Yeah.
to what the childs are suffering for.
Yes, absolutely.
I myself have been abused on a
Me
very
too.
early age, so I know what it can do to you as a human if you are molested or whatever.
Yeah.
It's it's it will be with you the rest of your life. It shapes you.
Well, I admire your bravery for being able to talk about it.
Yeah, it's been so long
Um,
now that at first I thought as a child at the age of 13 that this stuff never happened, that it was just put in my mind by myself. I doubted myself, but
yeah.
sooner or later you have to face the facts, and believe me, the Lord helped me with this um, to give it a place
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that I won't be that mad at the world for it.
Well, the same thing happened to me, right? It was a family member. I don't know, probably like 7 or 8, something like that. But I didn't know at the time what it was. I had no idea. It wasn't until I was older that I realized what that was and what happened.
Mhm.
Because you don't know anything about that kind of stuff. And then later, I was like, oh man, this is what happened to me. And so it was kind of, it's difficult to process because you've had many more times with these people at, like, say, Christmas or New Year's and all this other stuff, right? You see them for the next few years, and
Mm.
then you realize all that time, man, that this is what really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. That's why when I talk to people and they're like, "Oh no, I'm not ready for the Lord to come back," because I want to see if we could work it out on earth. I'm like, "Are you kidding me, man? People are
Way
hurting
too
right now,
late.
man.
Way too late.
Yeah, we lost the world, dude. Like before we were born.
The Lord is the only savior we have left.
That's it. That's it. And you know what? He's all we need, man. And he's gonna come back. I know it's got to be close because the stink of sin has got to be reaching heaven at
It
this
is
point.
close. It is very close. I cannot put a number on it, but it feels very close indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are lots of signs for it also.
Well, yeah, I know that I've seen a lot of like the gematria and stuff, especially surrounding like Tom Brady's retirement. And there's a lot of stuff pointing at Obama, and a lot of stuff pointing at the Vatican, a lot of stuff pointing in the direction of the UK.
Mhm.
And I think that those cities, right, like the Vatican and I used to think that Mystery Babylon was going to be the United States, right? Which it still could be, right? But like, their cities, right? Like Washington D.C. and the Vatican and London, right, are not part of their own countries, right?
Yeah,
It's
they're the only
they're just
countries south.
territories,
Yeah.
right? Right, and so it seems like a religious arm, a military arm, and a rulership arm,
Yeah.
and it looks like, I mean, because I was thinking, I was always thinking it would be Prince William or somebody like that, somebody that everyone would get behind if somehow they can mess with his DNA or something, give him some kind of powers or whatever, you know.
No.
I mean, I can't believe we're even talking about this as being realistic now, that you can mess with a person's DNA and give them some kind of,
Oh yeah, that didn't surprise me at all. I mean, I've seen so many Hollywood movies. I was already convinced that we were on the globe. So
yeah,
then I found out that it's flat. But I mean, yeah, the technologies are way ahead of us than we can buy in the stores.
yeah,
They keep so much behind closed doors.
yeah, man. It's just a shame, man.
Mm.
Just a shame that we got to go through this one part of tribulation before,
Yeah, it is a tribulation. You can say that. Yeah.
because it can't get any. I don't think it could get any worse when, like, the bad guys are in charge and they own the police, right? No one's holding them accountable. They can print money whenever they want.
Yeah, yeah. And well,
I
if
mean,
we
there's
have to
no
believe,
control, man.
if we have to believe the word of God, they will be in power for a short moment.
Yeah,
So this will be over. But my sorrows are a bit about the Georgia Guidestones. If you put the Bible text next to the Georgia Guidestones about the 144,000, uh, the Georgia Guidestones say they don't want any more humans than 500 million. So
yeah, that's what they want.
those numbers are pretty close as a starting point. The 144,000 as a starting point to build up society again. But
Well, they wanted at 500 million, right?
yeah,
And I mean, they say 6 or 7 billion or something like that, but I don't think there's that many people in the world. I think it's less.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's a I
Wish
think that's a hoax too.
I just wished there could be more people saved.
That me too. I wish everybody could be saved, man.
Yeah,
Everybody.
yeah.
Every creature that ever walked the earth, I
So
want them to turn into gold and feel great.
I'm so tired of this sin, and they say some people say to me, "Well, if everything is good in the world, then it's boring." How can you say that? How much pleasure do you have at a party? How many times do you wish that this party not ended at some time? You know,
Yeah.
that's a good um, period of time you spending like, with other people. So how can you say that you want evil sometimes
Ugh.
when you are enjoying so much pleasure, so much goodness from other people? It's insane.
Yeah. I think people just don't have like a worldview that, like, there are people suffering everywhere.
Every time
And
I before dinner, I always think of the other people that have it bad, and
yeah,
I pray for them. I pray to, I I really pray for them.
absolutely. I mean, even just the poverty, right? Like, I mean, 40% of the world lives on less than $1 a day or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't have a toilet, probably get abused, right? Can't leave their country to go. Like, that's what's crazy, is a human being will never go hungry because we'll just go where their food is to eat. That's what a person does.
yeah.
But if
It's
they
made
if they
easy
if,
this way.
right, if they get held in their country, right, if they get held there, and they can't leave, then they starve, man. And then these countries don't let their people leave, man. It's like a prison, man.
Yeah, It
That's
is.
crazy to me. That's. I mean, I know America. You get the blue passport, you can go anywhere you want. But
Yeah.
there's countries where you can't even walk out the borders, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But hey, man, thank you for coming on, man. I'm gonna go ahead and round out.
Yeah. No
And
problem.
man, God bless you, man. I really appreciate it, because I've known you a few years, man, and I've always wanted to have you on, and so
Thanks.
anytime,
Thanks for having me.
oh yeah, anytime, man, anytime.
Thanks that I
Yeah,
could speak out my heart. I was a bit bummed
absolutely.
for what happened, but I will not let this day be destroyed by it.
No, I understand. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, man.
No, thank you.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God because he deserves it.
Amen.
Yes, it's time to hit the dusty trail. And please pray for the kids. And I will see you guys tonight at 5 p.m.